What's up guys, welcome back to MuseThemes.com. This is Ashton here with another tutorial video. Today we're taking a look at our new 3D image stack widget, which is a pretty awesome effect. We've got some images here on our demo, and if I hover my mouse over one of them, we see this nifty little stack graphic appear behind it, along with the ability to scroll. And if we click through them, we get this pretty awesome 3D stacking movement as we shuffle through the photos. It's a unique way to display a slideshow, and since the images are stacked, this offers a great way to save space on your page where you might otherwise need a larger canvas to display a larger gallery or slideshow with multiple images. This is especially great for product images on e-commerce sites, as we see demoed here. Let's jump over to Muse and walk through how to set this thing up. We're going to set it up in our blank space here, exactly as we saw in our demo. So let's go into our library, drag out the widget, and drop it right next to our first product description here on the page. Go ahead and place it wherever you want your stack to appear on your page, and feel free to configure the responsive setting of the widget up here to either responsive or none, just like a normal image would be set up on your page. Let's take a look inside the panel. Couple settings to note here before we load in our images. Middle image 3D depth set in pixels, along with last image 3D depth. These parameters set the distance of the middle or last images in your stack from the image just above it. So for example, the middle image 3D depth sets the distance between the middle image and the top image in the stack. Increasing these values will add space, which will give the appearance of a taller stack. We've also got opacity settings for both. These settings determine the opacity of the middle and last images behind the top image. Finally, here we have last image shadow size as well as color and opacity. These settings offer control of the image stack shadow, which is seen below the last image only. Let's go ahead and click the drop down for our image loader. We can load up to 4 images in our stack. So for each one, we're going to click Enable Image, and then we can add a file. Now I've got a folder of my product images here, but just go ahead and navigate to wherever your desired images are and select them one by one to add them in. It's also really important to remember to make sure that all of the images you use together in this widget are the same size in order for this to look the best. It's best to just prep your images beforehand to ensure that they're all cropped and sized the same, and if necessary, make sure that the subject in the image is composed consistently. Looking back at our demo really quick, we can see that the shoe images being featured are all sized in the image space and centered the same, leaving a nice, even, uniform 3D stack display. Back to that options panel. You also have the option on each image to enable a title. It's optional, of course, but it allows you to add custom titles to each image. And if you leave this unchecked, no titles or title backgrounds will appear at all. We also recommend that you either do titles on all or titles on none. Putting titles on some but not all of your images is not advised here. And finally, we have our link and link target. Link allows you to, of course, link the individual images or titles to anywhere you want. You can also just leave this as default if you don't want to use them at all. This #0 that's here right now just keeps the field inactive, so leave that as is if you're not going to use any links. And then of course set the target if you want the link to deliver in the same browser tab or a new one. Really quick, I'm just going to go ahead and add these additional 3 images here so that we can see this thing fully functioning. Got number 2, 3, and 4. Cool. Last but not least, you've got some styling options here for both your titles, if you've enabled them, and your navigation buttons, things like color, opacity, and fade speed. Let's go ahead and give this baby a preview. Okay, we see our first image showing. Let's hover over it. And our stack comes into view beautifully, and everything scrolls smoothly and perfectly. We hope you enjoy this one. It's definitely a fun widget and can really add some cool interaction to a site. So enjoy it, have fun. Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. Take care.